What is up, you guys? Wonder Bro here. I hope you all had an amazing 4th of July. I am very tired. I had a good 4th. We did some fireworks, we did grilling, all the usual stuff, and I'm just very, very tired. However, I still wanted to come on here and do a quick little video about root fears. Root fears. You are not afraid of what you think you are afraid of. And the reason this topic is so important is because there's so many people out there trying to tackle all these different things with their anxiety recovery, right? Wonder Bro, I can't recover until I get all these thoughts figured out, that are bothering me, until I come to a conclusion on these thoughts, until I come to a conclusion on these thoughts. Wonder Bro, I can't recover until I get this off my mind or get that off my mind. All these different conclusions on all these different things that you think you have to overcome before you can heal. And the reason you believe that, the reason you are trying to multitask and knock out so many different things at once, which is just very stressful, is because you don't understand your root fear. You don't understand what's driving this thing, and hopefully this video clears it up for you. So I'm going to be very simple and straightforward about it. What you are afraid of is not, and I'm going to throw out some examples. What you are afraid of is not that heart attack. It's not going crazy. It's not doing this. It's not doing that. It's not the fear of this. It's not the fear of that. What you're really afraid of at the end of the day, and this is true for, I can almost guarantee 99% of people, if you're honest with yourself and if you think about this for a second, what your root fear is, you are afraid of panic. You're afraid of anxiety. You're afraid of the way it makes you feel. And I can prove that pretty quickly. All right. So I want you to think for a second. Let's say that you've had a particular thought or thoughts that have been really bothering you here recently. You've been trying to get to the bottom of them, the so-called bottom of them. You've been trying to figure them out. You've been fighting with them. Let's say you have those thoughts right now, right here in this very second, but they come with no anxiety. They come with zero anxiety. Would you really care that much? The answer to that question is going to be no. If they didn't come with uncomfortable feelings of anxiety and panic, you wouldn't care that much. Now, let me give you an example of a situation. Let's say you are afraid of being alone. That's a common one. Let's say you are placed in the situation of being alone and it came with zero anxiety. Would you care about being alone? No, probably not. I think you guys are already catching my drift here. It's not so much that you're afraid of the content of the thoughts, whatever the thoughts are saying. It's not so much that you're afraid of the situation, being alone or whatever the situation is. Your root fear is that you're afraid of anxiety. You are afraid of panic. Now, if you can accept that and come to that realization, that makes your life, that makes your job with this recovery stuff so much easier, because now instead of trying to tackle a million things, right? I got to tackle this fear and this fear and this trigger and this trigger. Now we can hone in on one thing, which is your fear of anxiety, which is your fear of panic. We take care of that. We work on that. It wouldn't matter if you were in the situations that caused anxiety or panic, because you don't care about anxiety and panic anymore, right? That's the point we want to get to. You see what I'm saying? If we get to the point where you accept that your root fear is the fear of anxiety or panic itself, and you stop trying to figure out all the thoughts and all the situations and overcome all those things, and you focus on the root problem, which is your fear of anxiety and panic, then it wouldn't matter what thoughts come your way. Because if the thoughts cause anxiety or panic, you don't care about anxiety and panic, right? Or if you're in a situation that causes anxiety or panic, you don't care about anxiety or panic, because that's what you've been working on. Instead of trying to work on all the little details and figure out this thought and that thought and this situation, you are working on changing the root fear, which is your fear of anxiety and panic. So if you are one of those people, and I definitely was one of those people, if you are one of those people who are trying to overcome what feels like a million different things, understand that there's only one thing that you're trying to work on here, which is your fear of anxiety and panic. Because if we can work on that, again, it won't matter what thoughts come. It won't matter what situations you find yourself in. If you no longer have that root fear of panic and anxiety itself, then it wouldn't matter, right? So you've got one job, not a million jobs. You've got one job, which is to work on changing your relationship with anxiety and panic through acceptance. So you're going to start trying to see that anxiety, those anxiety symptoms, that panic in a different way. You're going to start telling yourself new things about that anxiety and panic. Hey, That's my brain, that's my anxiety, it's allowed to be here. Is it really that bad? You're going to question all your false beliefs about anxiety and panic. Is it really that bad? And these are all just examples of the accepting inner voice. Is it really that bad? What's so bad about this, right? You're gonna kind of question your own false beliefs. You're gonna decline the worry, right? The worry, you want to worry about the symptoms. You want to worry about the thoughts. You're going to remind yourself, I just need to work on my relationship with anxiety, period. That's the only thing I'm working on. And then you're going to use that accepting inner voice to try to gain a better perspective, to try to have a better outlook on this stuff, and to try to befriend it, or at least knock it off that pedestal that you've got it put up on, and you're calling it a monster, right? Everything will fall into place. You don't have to figure those thoughts out or those situations out that cause you anxiety and panic. Everything will fall into place if you start to change your relationship with anxiety and panic. How? By using that accepting inner voice, by using that new perspective, that new mindset, trying to see your symptoms in a different way, right? So as you're working on that accepting inner voice and you are living your life, which is my 2 keys, understand the main point of this video is that we're not trying to get you to overcome a million different things. That seems impossible when you look at it like that. We're trying to get you to work on one thing and one thing only, which is your relationship with anxiety and panic, because if we can fix that, you can start to heal, and it doesn't matter what thoughts or situations come around, as long as you've got a good relationship with anxiety that's not making it into a monster. Again, you accomplish that through that accepting inner voice and living your life. All right, you guys. So if your relationship with anxiety is still very toxic, that's what we need to work on. Again, the 2 keys, the accepting inner voice and live your life. But not to get too off topic, the point of this video was to just say, look, if you're waking up each and every day thinking to yourself, oh, I've got to overcome these triggers today, and this thought, and this thought, and this thought, and this situation, you are putting yourself up against a very, very difficult task, and it's no wonder you are stressed. Remind yourself and understand that you've got one objective, not a million, trillion, billion objectives. You've got one objective, which is to change your relationship with anxiety and panic, and the rest will work itself out. All right. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Again, I hope you had a happy 4th of July, if that's something you celebrate. Regardless, I hope you had a good day. Hope you have a good night. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. I'm going to stop mentioning it after this video, but just to make sure everybody is on the same page here. Again, we have not abandoned the streams completely. I'm sure I'll do some streams from time to time. It's just the numbers don't lie, man. People prefer the videos. I have grown more from doing videos for a past week in subscribers than I have grown from streams in 2 months. So the numbers don't lie, man. I want to continue growing this channel, and apparently the best way to do that is through videos. And I don't blame people. I really don't blame people. When I was at my worst, I wouldn't have clicked on an hour-long stream either. If I was desperate for advice, I would click on the 10-minute video. So I get it. I fully get it. But again, that doesn't mean streams are gone forever. Okay, we're just on a video kick at the moment. But yeah, that's everything, guys. Follow me on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Don't know if I've said that already. Vacate Fear. Subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, as always, you guys are awesome. You are beautiful. You've got one job, not a million jobs. All right. I love you. Stay awesome.